Here we have a new 2023 Nissan Leaf. Now this Leaf is going to be the cheapest one you can get. This is going to be in the S trim level. Comes in gun metallic on charcoal cloth interior. And then this one, I think, puts out 149 horsepower. You have the smaller 40 kilowatt hour battery and then the 6.6 kilowatt onboard charger. So as we come around to the front here, we get the halogen headlamps, and they just cut off by themselves. They're not playing nice, but I want to go ahead and show the charger, so I'll pop this really quick. Over here we have the CCS, and then over here we have the J1772. So that's how you'll charge it. And then down here we have 16-inch steel wheels, so we have little hubcaps on. We get passive keyless entry on the front two doors. And then over here we have the controls for our power door locks. We have one touch up and down functionality for the power window on the driver's side, and the rest of them are just normal. And then power window, or power mirror controls, excuse me, are here. We can adjust that. And then a pretty good sized cup holder here, and then a little mat pocket there. And then here we have our manual driver's seat. And before we check out the rear seat room, let's go ahead and look at this window sticker. I can't remember what I said. It's 147 horsepower for the motor. So there's all that info there, and a huge shout out to John Roberts Nissan for allowing me to review this today. So legroom is fairly decent in here. The only drawback is, I think that's about as far as that seat will go. And I adjusted the best I could for someone who's 6'3", but I feel really cramped up there. But I do have a bit of headroom. I could do it if I needed to. I'd just rather not. I feel like the competition, pretty much every single vehicle has better interior space, but it's nice that you still get this legroom back here with the seat all the way back. And then we do have two USB-A charge ports there. There's another view of the front from back here. Now I have always liked this feature, having this kind of storage pocket here and having the cup holders back here. And then pocket behind the seat on the front passenger side. And we can adjust the light either off door or on. That's actually pretty easy switch to use. And then have little grab bars on all four doors. Let's go ahead and check out the back next. So we do get our rear parking sensors on this one. And a very good sized cargo space here. And this is actually Velcroed to this to keep it from sliding around, and your charger and all that's gonna be in there. And you have floor mats, emergency road kit and all that in there. And then that's the end down there, so I don't know. If this has a spare or not. I want to say it does not, because I can't seem to find it. I don't know where else it would be. So that's interesting. Please leave a comment below if you know where the spare tire is on the Nissan Leaf. I'm just curious. And then these seats fold flat, and you can actually run longer objects through here. Not too long, but you can just have additional storage as well if you just want to do that. then here is our front passenger seat. Now I will say, for the money, you really can't beat the value of a Nissan Leaf if you're able to use it. If you drive 10 or 15 miles one way or less, then this is a really good option for you. But me, I drive, I think, 50 miles one way, so I have a Mustang Mach-E, and the distance with the smaller battery wouldn't cut it, and then having the larger battery, I'd be pushing it every day. And that's if I just go to work and come back. And of course, it's always nice to be able to open the hood on an EV. So there's everything there. With this one having a front mounted motor, with it being front wheel drive, you can actually see everything in here, which I appreciate, because once it becomes easier to work on these, even like with a battery on a Mach-E, I feel like it wouldn't be that easy to change out my 12 volt, because it wouldn't be sitting there staring at me. So that's pretty neat. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So of course, your standard vinyl plastic steering wheel here, but you gotta love Nissan with these flat bottoms. Even in the Nissan Leaf, you want to feel sporty while you're driving. Then over here to the radio, we do get AM, FM, XM, along with Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto wired. There's a shortcut there. I always like having this on the Nissan, is being able to adjust that brightness, because I like mine like that, and then my partner likes hers like that. So there you go. And then, of course, you can toggle your connections real quick, set up your Bluetooth, USB, system info there if you ever want to look at that. And then your actual settings, you can go in here and adjust all of those. And there's your backup camera. And if you listen closely, you can hear the dings when this car is in reverse. So I actually like that quite a lot. Then you have guidelines. You turn the steering wheel. And like I said, for the money, you really can't beat this. Like, even here, we have single zone automatic climate controls. And then, you know, quick buttons like on a normal AC. Then we have a USB-C, USB-A port, and that's how you'll run that CarPlay or Android Auto on your radio. And 12 volt here. Now, this pocket I find pretty interesting. Now, if you want to put your phone there, you can, but it doesn't wirelessly charge to my knowledge. And then over here, you can toggle your eco mode as well as your e-pedal, which is going to be that one pedal drive. Or I should say, add regenerative braking. And then for the shifter, pretty self-explanatory once you get used to it. You just drag this to the left for neutral, then you drag down for drive, up for reverse, press P for park. And of course, you can put in that B mode if you want to, but probably never use that. Cup holders here. Then a small center console cubby tray. I don't even know what you can put in there. Well, like I said, Nissan makes up for it with that right there. I love that. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. Now, you do get the brighter dome lights, which I appreciate, in the front. And then you still get a sunglasses case there. There's your glove compartment, which is adequate. Now back to the steering wheel, we can adjust volume here, go through our track list or radio station presets here. And then we can use these 4 arrows to go through our gauge cluster. I think I actually accidentally fat fingered the volume. So of course, with this being an EV, there are plenty of views in terms of just your economy. And then you can take a look at the battery power and all that, battery temperature, which I think this is a very, very smart idea, because I don't know many other EVs where I can actually pull that up easily. So I like being able to see that there and kind of adjust my driving accordingly, how I use my heat accordingly. So that's pretty cool. And then to the right side over here, we have just standard cruise controls and then voice recognition controls here. Headlamp controls, blinker, and then your windshield wiper controls. Of course, we can mist here, and then we can pull down either intermittent, low, or high. And then we can adjust the intermittent speed there, and then we can adjust our rear wiper here, and then we can push it back to use the fluid on the rear. And there's our push button start. Finally, here's our key fob.